Hello, it is I, your host of Dearest Horns and Halos, and today we're going to be doing a quickie. I'm sorry that this has to be a quickie this week, but to be honest, I don't have the energy in me to do anything much longer. So, let's get into it. So today I wanted to talk about something that, not many YouTubers yet talk about, and that is how I make these videos. Now, I'm doing this for a few reasons. One, because I want to talk about it, and two, because in the future I'm going to either look back on this video or want to recreate this video or just compare it and see what all has changed. So, let's get started. Step number 1, pick a topic. Now, this can be practically anything as long as, your channel, it fits with your channel. That's what I was trying to say. Sorry, this is unscripted. A lot of my stuff is unscripted if you haven't seen it already. But, yeah, so you gotta pick a topic. If you're a video gaming channel, you're often going to pick a video game. If you're a storytime channel, you're gonna pick something storytime. Or if you're a mixed channel like this, then pick something from one of the subjects that, you've already covered. Whether it be something like mine where I do comedy skits, video gaming, and story times. Just pick from one of those if that's what your channel is about. Step 2. The next thing you're going to want to do is probably going to want to try recording it. Now, I have recently learned that it is best to try and record first before making the thumbnail. Now, of course, you can always go back in later and talk about the thumbnail or the creation of the thumbnail or things like that. Often, most YouTubers create the thumbnail as one of the first things or right after recording, but I personally do the recording first. That way I can make sure the ideas surrounding the main topic flow, or that, what I'm doing actually works before I spend so much time working on the thumbnail. I don't have a team, so I'm working on this all by myself, and my time is very valuable, especially since, I'm the only one able to do all this stuff. Number 3, the next thing you're going to want to do is after you've recorded your topic, you're going to want to make sure you've got both video and audio. How I do this is I do it in 2 parts. 1, I record the audio, and 2, I get the video, especially for these Speedpaint life things where I have to get, everything separately. And then the next part number 4, there is where you edit it all together, put in any sound effects, background music, and things like that. I personally use either iMovie or VLLO, all in caps, but I'm personally leaning towards VLLO more, simply because iMovie is full of glitches and bugs, and I don't have it in me to try and make that work. Step number 5, I believe. Now, after you're done with all of the editing, you're going to want to do your thumbnail-a-roo, if you haven't already, and go ahead and slap that together, usually compiling of photos, or, titles or things like that, usually found throughout the video itself. Yet again, another reason why it's good to go ahead and record first. And then slap that all together with a snazzy title. Try and make it alluring, but not clickbaity. And boom shakalaka. Now, step number 6, I believe. Next up, you go to YouTube. I typically use just the straight-up website. I don't use the app. It's too weird. And then I go into it, and I hit upload. And then, after that, I entered all the details, the title, the description, whether or not it's for kids, put in the thumbnail, boom shakalaka, make sure all the checks are done, and then don't forget one of the most important parts, which is taking and adding an end card screen. This is where you have your little logo so people can go ahead and subscribe to you. This is also where you put in a playlist or multiple playlists. I'm not sure if that's an option, but it could be. And, whatever video would be best for a viewer, or one that you recommend, or whatever. This is very important. You see this on all of the professional stuff, and oftentimes the backgrounds actually correlate with the design of the end card. I'm not saying you necessarily have to do that, but at the same time, it's pretty cool. And then the last thing, step 7, is you either set it to public if, you're on a time schedule or time crunch, or you just got up this morning and realized you have to post, so you better go ahead and post it now that you're done. or you can go ahead and schedule it for, a specific date and things like that. So, yeah. My last tip for you all is to make sure that you go ahead and do your YouTube videos somewhat in advance before they actually have to be put up, because while I may make this all sound very easy, it actually can be very complicated, especially if you're very new to the software or to YouTube itself. So I recommend giving yourself some leeway. Like I said before, my goal is to try and at least post once every weekend. I'm trying to do both Saturday and Sunday, but I'm not guaranteeing that. And that's simply because life happens. So you have to account for that. So, anyways, if you like me, if you want to support me in all of my future endeavors, and if you really liked this video, I'm not sure why I have an accent, then go ahead and tap on the first link in the description down below. There you can get 21 free comic book templates for all your comic book drawing needs, both in the .ProCreate and in the more print-optimized format. All you have to do is go over to www.theartninjas.com/free comic templates and enter in your email there. And if you would like to hear the more professional side of me, where I talk about writing novels and professional digital art and things like that, then go ahead and check out my podcast, Write What You Want to Read, Draw What You Want to See, available on Spotify, Apple Music, and pretty much anywhere, to be honest. And I'm sorry that I sound so crappy. Earlier this week I got a cold, and some of the clogged noses and things like that have decided to stick with me even to the recording of this today. So I am very sorry, and I will be seeing you all in the next one.